Not even
So
a
you get
little
that
bit.
snow?
Yeah.
Hey,
It's snowing real bad.
Cringe.
And it just got progressively worse as I got home. But we're here. I made it. We survived.
Good
my
shit.
roommates are just getting home. My roommates are freaking out. Let me go.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you are ready then,
I need to open up Roll20, don't I?
Yep,
that
I
is
am
required.
ready.
I've just been sitting here chatting with everybody.
If you guys want to hop into the stream, we do have one for this evening.
I am listening to it, I think.
Yes, Gleister and Jarell are not. Alrighty.
Is he still putting his kid to
Last.
bed?
Oh no, he's back. Right, Alan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. I was like, I swear that was his voice. I've gotten
haven't been
better
paying
at telling the
attention.
two of you apart now. So the
I apparently have
last
not.
time we played, you guys met Jeebus, a funny tiefling bard who had just arrived in the town of Valaki and was regaling the tavern. And in order to test him out before agreeing to let him come along with you, you took him on a teensy tiny side quest to Lake Zarovich, where you narrowly saved Arabelle, and you are now being led by her out of Valaki.
And she's being a brat, wasn't she?
She was a little bit
Yeah.
of a brat. She was.
I love that.
She leads you past the town gates, and takes you down a path towards the woods. But after a moment, they part to reveal a very expansive clearing, a small grass-covered hill with multiple low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures most of the details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lanterns hanging from their eaves, the only source of direction through that mist and fog. Atop the hill, above the line of mist, is a ring of barrel-topped wagons that surround a large tent with a column of smoke pouring out through a hole in the top. The tent is brightly lit from within, and even at this distance, you can smell the odors of wine and horses that emanate from this central area about 30 feet up.
We still need to get horses from these people. They'll give us one, and we won't have to steal it.
Arabelle pauses, letting you guys catch up, for giving you a sort of cheeky grin, as if to say, well, I told you so.
All right.
Oh,
And just for everyone's information, we are on a slightly altered sized map. Each square here is 10 feet.
Following you, my friend, point us to your parents.
Just up this little path here on top of the hill.
does this guard seem to react at all as we're bringing the girl in?
He stands as though he is going to accost you or maybe stop you or something of the sort. But he recognizes who is walking ahead of you. And after a brief moment of pleasant surprise passes his face, he simply gives you a nod and stands back to attention.
Okay.
Now everyone, don't talk at once. Very quiet walk.
Sorry, I was searching for something.
As you all are cresting the hilltop, you'll notice that it is covered with steaming piles of horse poopy. There are more than 24 horses tethered to stone blocks inside the circle of wagons. Most of them are draft horses, but a few of them are riding horses, all equipped with saddles.
Somebody ought to clean this shit up.
Lots of
Sounds
horses.
like home.
Smells awful here.
Yeah,
That's a
well,
bad
usually
thing.
I have to help do that, so probably nobody's done it since I've been gone. It's not that been that long.
You better get to it then.
Hey,
My bad.
How long has it been since you were kidnapped? Was it just today?
no, it's been about I don't know, a day and a half almost. I'm sure hungry. You didn't feed me.
How did he get you? He didn't seem coherent.
You know, we don't have to talk about that. Let's just watch out for the poop and the horses here. Just
It
out
might
the way.
it might help us a little bit if you tell us how he kidnapped you, so that way he doesn't do it again.
Oh,
Seems
don't
like you're
worry.
deliberately avoiding the subject, girl.
Girl, my name is Arabelle, and my father's the leader here, so you should be a little bit nicer when you talk to me. Anyways, it's not gonna happen again. Trust me on that. And she, weaves her way through the horses, which are so much larger than her, and you might think there's a little bit of a chance of her getting trampled, but she just kind of shoves them out of the way as though she's larger than she is.
What makes you so sure that he won't do it again? He seemed real adamant on pleasing the gods.
Well, I just know, okay? I have it on good authority.
Okay. Okay. The good
And
authority.
besides, you guys gave him a real beat up, so I think he's probably gonna think twice about, doing that kind of bad stuff.
Honey,
We brought him with us. I forgot about that. Where is he? We put him in the manacles to bring in for punishment. We were hoping to trade him for a horse.
oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Okay, never mind. Disregard the rest of that. That's right.
Oh my god, look at those cool horses with the things on their faces. I want one of those. Yeah.
Classy.
A warhorse.
And I don't think it is, but I want it. It's cool.
That's tassels. Everything cool
I
with
want it.
tassels.
We will say I'm the one that's got him in the manacles, and I'm pulling him along. Shit, Sturg got jumped with my chains, so I've just got his manacles tied to a rope. Anyway, I come over to this horse to admire it.
The horse sort of shuffles and seems a little nervous, perhaps, of the man's smell. He reeks of bile and cheap spirits. But
Quit
he's
disturbing
just
the
sort
horse,
of
you dirty shit kicker! I yell at him.
just dragging me. I'm tired. Just let me go to sleep. He's just sort of lolling around in the dirt, his arms slightly raised up off the ground from the rope.
Oh, all right. So he's on the ground, prone.
More or less, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will not debase him further. That's undignified enough.
You've learned your lesson.
Oh yeah, no. What do you think? I'm gonna pull a Sturg?
Exactly. Arabelle sort of shifts and hides behind your robes. Nysa gives a nod. Well, after you guys.
All right. Is this like a solid
Okay.
wooden door, or is it like a flap?
It is a tent flap.
Drell will pull it slightly aside just to like make room for calling forth. And hello, we come with Arabelle. We're bringing her back home.
As you open the flap of the tent, you can't see very much, although you do see the legs of a man standing just inside and another standing just behind him. There are also legs sort of splayed out near the front of the flap, where they are unmoving and of the horizontal variety. And the crack of a whip, followed by the howls of a young man, become much more audible as you call into the interior.
What time of the day is it?
You guys are looking at, if I remember off the top of my head, let me open it up. I believe it's like 3:30?
A little early for
2:30.
sexy time.
This place is freaky, man. I don't want to go in that tent.
I'm just gonna walk in.
Well, you don't trust these people.
Nice. You see, upon stepping in, 3 sputtering campfires that are sort of filling the tent with smoke. And through that haze, you can see 6 Vistani passed out in various places on the dead grass. And a barely conscious and shirtless teenager hugs the central pole, his wrists bound with rope and his back streaked with blood. An older, larger man in studded leather armor. Oops. Lashes at the young man with a horsewhip and causes him to scream out once more.
I like that guy's face.
Standing in the bigger man's shadow is a third man, also clad in studded leather. And he says, "Easy, brother. I think Alexei has learned his lesson."
I don't like that guy's face either.
Derek was here. He could rearrange it for you.
That
Yeah,
is
too
true.
bad. He's in prison for being crazy.
We are looking.
I want to.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I
Well,
was-
I want to step forward and be like, "What's all this then?"
As
In reference to the logging.
Right, naturally. As the group of you begins to file in one after the other, the crack of the whip falls silent, and the older, larger man's arm, mid-swing, hovers in the air for a moment before he slowly lowers it. He turns to you, and the boy tied to the post hangs limply, his shoulders trembling with suppressed sobs. But the larger man is now focused entirely on you. His face
I said,
is...
"What's?" Oh, I'd like to
Please.
stridently repeat my question. I said, "Hey, what's all this then, big guy?"
Guess. Not just any guess, new faces. Please, come in. You must forgive the scene here. It's a matter of discipline, you understand? But where are my manners? I am Luvash, and this is my camp. He sort of steps to the side and, like, tries to fill the space between you and the boy tied to the post, sort of, like, cutting off your view of what's happening. Whether it's intentional or not is not immediately apparent.
This is the whipper guy. This is the guy who was just whipping him, being all polite and charming.
Indeed.
Oh, he had a scowling face. I didn't think he would be.
He's sadistic.
Can I attempt a perception check to look over his shoulder at the nature of the wounds? Or
Yeah, if you'd like.
nope. This looks bloody, I suppose.
He is definitely bloody. There's a lot of blood. You can make a basic assumption that he's definitely pretty injured. But he does not make any attempts to move. He's not doing anything other than hanging there limply with quiet sobs.
I think you killed that guy. Look, he's definitely, like, dead.
Nice, so you
So
can
result-
see that he is not
perception
dead. He is not dead, but he is most certainly on his way to unconsciousness. Don't worry about this inter-camp political stuff. Do not let us trouble you. These are our own people, these are our own ways, and you are a guest here. Yes? What can I do for you? What brings you to the Vistani this afternoon?
Oh, this little fucker, and then I referenced the miserable drunk that I've been dragging around while we've been having this conversation. He kidnapped this girl called
Arabelle.
Arabelle. Hey, you guys know her, right?
Arabelle?
Yep, Arabelle.
And as
Where is that little kid? We didn't lose her again, did we? Sister Nisa?
No, she's right here. I think she's just outside the tent.
as you guys are saying her name, she sort of steps out from behind Jarell and through the tent flap and past Nisa. Papa, you're yelling again. And the older man's face shifts from brief confusion to disbelief and then unrestrained joy. He rushes completely past you, Gleister, and he drops to his knees and pulls the girl into a tight and loving embrace, his booming laugh filling the tent as he lifts her off her feet and spins her around. Arabelle, my little jewel, by the devil, you're alive! I thought... And he sort of...
This guy knew she was missing then.
Yes, half of my camp has been out for hours and hours just looking for her, but I had seen no hint of her. Where did you get off to, little one? You must not run away in that manner.
Did you guys check the lake, like inside of it?
He turns back to you with concern on his face. The lake? Inside of the lake? No.
Yeah, near the bottom.
Yeah, we
Yeah, this
rescued
dirty
her
fucker.
from the lake.
This dirty fucker. Yep. This dirty fucker tossed her in the lake, man. Look at this guy. And I want to just kind of try to prop him up so that he sees this guy's stupid face. I mean, this guy looks all fucked up and all, but there's got to be more to this. He has no idea how he came to kidnap the girl. We have no idea that what he did beyond, throwing her out of the boat. There's a mystery afoot here, Bud.
He was using her as a sacrifice.
For a fish.
Oh, right.
Yeah, for an ancient
right.
fish.
For booze.
Oh.
Specifically.
Yeah, as usual, Gleister didn't catch much of that.
The nuance escaped him.
Yeah. So,
Actually, there's not a mystery. We know all the shit.
We've rescued her from the bottom of the lake, and I basically brought her back to life.
Yeah, pretty much.
She
His face
was dead.
His face has been contorting in like this display of emotion as you guys have taken him on this complete like roller coaster of emotions, news. But in the end, he seems simply happy, although he glowers at Bluto, who you sort of like jerk the reins of his wrists at. And he gestures. If you would be so kind, tie him here with Alexei. I will deal with him next. You brought her back to me, and words are not enough, but you have my thanks, my eternal thanks. What I can do for you will never match what you've done for me, but Allow me to try. And he brings Arabelle's hand to his and stands and gestures towards the exit of the tent with a sweep of his arm and says, "Come, come, there is something that you must see."
Okay.
May I
And
ask
he
what
hands the whip
Alexi
off to his brother. Go ahead.
can I ask what Alexi did to deserve such a brutal punishment?
Yeah. Hey kid, what
He
what are they
was
with me for?
Before I just leave this poor boy bleeding.
he was supposed to be watching the girl. And he failed, allowing her to become lost, to become taken by this madman that you say.
Hey, listen, I understand that you're pissed off at him, but I'm still suspicious. Can we have Sister Nysa here heal him up so that we can have a conversation with him?
As you make the suggestion, and Luvash, he kind of like he's like making a face like, yeah, right. The boy tied to the post, his head finally snaps up, and his wide, panic-stricken eyes meet yours, Gleister. And for a moment, it seems like he might welcome the rescue, but then his expression hardens and he thrashes against his bonds. Not to escape, but to get as far away from you as possible. "No! Don't! I deserve this! It's my fault!"
Oh, he likes
Mm.
it.
No, he doesn't like it. He just understands discipline, which I admire. Or
Mm.
at least that's how Gleister's interpreting it. Then I will nod solemnly, and guess nothing else needs to be said. Well, no, can I at least attempt an insight check to make sure that this is a sincere, that I'm understanding him correctly, that he wants this as penance?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, hell yeah.
He believes it to a point. There is hesitation, there is fear, there is something else behind his eyes, behind that quiver of his lip. But in any case, he does believe that he simply needs to grin and bear this punishment.
Hmm.
All right. If
Tell
he's
me what happened,
refusing.
boy.
I was supposed to water, and I failed them. And now, what do you think? You can just step in and fix it? They'll think I'm weak, that I can't take it. I have to take it. Don't make it worse.
Making it worse, I admire your discipline, and you can let them whip the shit out of you as much as you want. No problem. I need to know if you have any useful information. So, there's nothing strange or suspicious or untoward that happened when the girl wandered off. Did she seem to wander off on her own? Explain.
Aragol, the long-haired younger man who is tied to nothing, he steps up at this point and puts a hand between you and Alexi. That is enough. The girl is prone to wandering, which is why we have someone designated to keep an eye on her at all times. It is Alexi's fault that he dozed off. Too much drink, too much wine around the campfire, and he is
Is
here
that true,
to now
boy?
pay the
You been
crime.
drinking? What are
Uh,
you drinking, boy?
the Alexi sort of just pulls on the rope and trembles against the pole, looking away with his jaw clenched, whether in anger or shame or guilt or something of all of the above.
That's a yes, then you need more whipping, you motherfucker. And then I walk away.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Well, he shouldn't have been. Listen, an honest mistake is one thing, but if he was drunk on the job, like his one fucking job to do,
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I won't argue that. He is enduring his punishment, and There's nothing we can do about that, so.
Luvash guides you to one of the many wagons. Outside a few of the others, there are piles of empty wine casks, but this wagon is far not necessarily nicer, but of more obvious importance. There are 2 iron padlocks that secure the door of this large wagon, and he pulls out a heavy key from his belt and unlocks it with a flourish, swinging the doors open to reveal a dazzling array of treasures. Gold coins piled in shining heaps, rare gemstones glittering in the light, and various magical items resting atop soap-lined shelves. Pick one, he says, and he grins at you wide and sincere. Anything that you desire from my hoard, you have earned.
Wow. That is quite the haul.
What you truly have, you have a wooden chest containing a heap of electrum pieces, each coin stamped with the profiled visage of one Strahd von Zarovich. Another
Oh, this
iron chest
bastard's got the Nazi gold. That's no good.
containing lots and lots of gold pieces. There is an onyx jewelry box with beautiful gold filigree that contains multiple pieces of jewelry, and an unlabeled crystal vial with liquid inside. There is a golden throne with gold inlay and decorative stones. A rolled up 10-foot square rug with a unicorn motif. And a small wooden box containing 12 potions in stoppered gourds.
I suppose you're not going to tell us what all these things are you, bud?
I'm simply a curator of fine things. I do not claim to know what each and every single one does, but these potions here, do not waste your time. They are, how may I say, they are not as potent as they could be. So just avert your eyes of these. But this rug, yes, it is worth much, much gold. And this golden throne with decorative, beautiful stones, see how they twinkle in the light, also worth much gold.
A lot of
Um,
stuff.
Con artist bastard. I don't say that, obviously, but I'm thinking it. I'm
the
tempted
elect
to ask him for one of those horses, but I also need money for my children.
the electrum, the stamped electrum, is that the same as the coffin maker had?
It is indeed.
Hmm. Do you get many visitors out here?
No, not many. The Vistani are tolerated but not much enjoyed, if you understand what I mean. And besides, we have the only remaining dusk elves residing in our camp here, and the people of Varaki do not trust them. So, no, to answer your question. Why do you ask?
Um, Strahd will produce the electrum that he got from the coffin maker. Found this. In Barovia, but they seem quite frightful of the devil. Thought it quite odd.
Yes, the people of Valaki are very superstitious. if the devil is going to come for them, the devil is going to come for them. They can do nothing to stop it. But they do not wish to listen to us simple Vistani. They do not have respect or care for us and our culture and our connection with the devil himself. So, well, it is it is neither here nor there. I have no control over what happens, and I simply live my life here with my people and make use of the few remaining desk elves. Though they are all out looking for this one. He sort of pats his daughter on the top of her head.
Hmm. Well,
Um,
gang,
Yeah, we need to discuss this amongst ourselves. Maybe we could go over somewhere more private real quick.
Yeah. Just I turned to him. If you'll excuse us for a moment, we'll be right back.
Yes, no problem. Just give me a wave when you are ready to come back and look again. And he locks the wagon back up, and him and Arabelle return to the tent.
All right, sweet. Okay, so obviously he has a really close connection with Strahd, so that's bad.
I mean,
Um,
all these people.
as
You
far
think
as
he
the
got him from him? Got all this gold and stuff?
Definitely. Points at least. I don't know about these so-called treasures.
or he's out collecting it to take it back to Strahd.
that is true. Regarding the treasure, do we want an item of treasure, or are we looking to get horses? Do you think we
Well,
can negotiate that?
he made a big show about how, oh, the potions are worthless. We should have tried to ping an insight check there. But it could be a double bluff and the potions really are worthless. He's only saying that to make us think like he's throwing us off. That rug with the unicorn seems cool.
We can always look at it again. He said just to let him know. So we can make a show looking at it, see what I can see, and then negotiate about horses.
Oh, I mean, do you think he would offer? Well, first of all, is he offering us the whole group one single item? Is that the understanding?
That is the understanding, yes. One, not for each of you, but for as a whole.
Right.
So either one
You
treasure
guys
or
see how
one
many
horse.
potions he had?
So there
There
was
was
one. There was one by itself in particular that they mentioned, and then there was a box with like
a
12 of
few.
them in it, or
Yeah.
10 of them, and that was, I think, what he was saying. Like, oh, they're shit. We
Or
don't
yeah,
want
they can't
those.
be as strong as, you know,
Right.
Hmm.
usual.
But I mean, that could be him trying to throw us off, or that could be him
Yeah, but
again
wouldn't
double
he
bluffing
want to
us.
get rid of them if they were bad?
Yep.
If I was in his position, I'd
Yep.
be like, here, take these.
Right. But then we might be like, oh, he's ripping us off. So his way of trying to get us to take them, because they are shit, is by being like, oh yeah, they're not that good, and we're gonna be like, haha, fooled you. Um, you're
Hmm.
gonna take those potions you said are shit, and he's like, you fell for my trap, you piece of shit.
Hmm.
They're like that. They don't like outsiders.
We can't have faith in people anymore.
What can I?
Ah, so you have finally learned.
I mean, the safe option
Well,
would just be get the gold and use the gold to buy what we need. But there isn't
gold.
a great deal of
Well,
shops around here.
no, there isn't. I mean, my plan would be to get the gold, the evil Strahd Nazi gold, and just I don't know, melt it down into bars or something, and use it to fund my future compound. But then again, I'm that's where my thoughts are. So any of you guys could come up with a better idea.
Did you say
Like,
that there was magical items?
we just don't know which are which. Like that rug that he said, "Oh, this is great. It could be
Could
shit."
it be? Or it could be a magical item.
Right. It's got a unicorn on it. That's cool. I like that.
Unicorns are pretty cool.
Well, I mean, that's Gleister's thought on the matter. If you guys are considering the non-gold option.
Does anyone know how to detect magic auras around items?
Oh, I have.
Question.
Do I? Hold on before I say that.
You have 1 level wizard, don't you? Is that enough to? Is that not correct?
Well, it depends on if she chose the spell or not.
Also true.
I have detect magic. I just don't have it. Prepared. But, ooh, is it in my spell
Is it?
book? Hold on. If it's in my spell book, I don't have to have it prepared. No.
Well, shit
It's
balls.
a ritual spell though, isn't it?
We cast identify as rituals. Would he let us identify ritual and everything?
You could ask. You most certainly could ask.
Well, that's detect magic, not identify.
Oh, I see.
I could use identify. I just don't have the right stuff. I need 100 gold pieces. I only have 30.
So what? 100 gold pieces?
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I
because
forgot.
identify it requires a pearl worth 100 gold pieces. I guess it's a table rule. I thought it was raw, but I guess it's not. If you don't have the item, because it so say you have a spell focus, normally that covers the material cost unless there's a gold cost involved. But if you don't have the pearl you need, you can sacrifice 100 gold pieces.
Oh shit. Wow, why did they make it so difficult? Well then, yeah, detect magic would be where we start. Boy, material components.
Yeah, I've never messed with magic just because of that.
I think it's neat.
Not every spell has a component of that nature, just the really useful ones.
Yeah. Oh boy, in AD&D Second Edition, that it was a sort of optional thing in most cases, but it was all really specific stuff. Like you'd have to have bat guano to cast a fireball.
Wait, so
Like
can
that was
I
the trademark.
Ted.
can I do it as a ritual now, or are we asking, or what?
I mean, we could just
I just got
hide, but
confused for a second.
we can just hide right here. So we're leaning up against it, and then you can cast
Okay.
it. It has a 30-foot radius, so you could determine how many magic items are in there.
So the whole only thing is, the wagon is closed up now, and you
Right.
need to be able to see the item.
No. It says it penetrates most barriers.
If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area. It needs to be visible.
The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Well, I mean, it's not
So I
3
guess
feet
that means
thick.
I would think that would mean if it's or invisibility, maybe.
Or
Is
like
why they put that in?
underground or something.
Wouldn't that mean you'll just
Yes.
know if there's magical items in there, not which ones have magic?
Yeah, that's also true. And
Yes, I'll give that at the
some
very
of them-
least. You won't know which item exactly will have the magic, but I will allow you to detect what magic is in there, for example.
Well, that kind of brings us to the start because we know that at least something in there is magic.
Or
Well, he
Um,
said something
verifying
there.
that he's telling the truth, that they're
Let's see.
actually magical
And you
items.
don't know what sort of magic.
All right. Well, if they can give us any more information, that's perfectly reasonable.
Plus, if we cast it now, its duration is 10 minutes, so we can
Mhm.
go grab them in that 10 minutes, and
Get
she
an
can
even
verify.
better look at things. Exactly.
Yes.
Definitely.
Mhm.
So you guys sort of lounge around, the grass for a little bit, lolling on the hill, and Nysa does her very subtle under her breath magic, and you are able to detect two different sorts of auras. So there are two very obviously magical items. You are feeling an enchantment pull and a conjuration pull.
Ooh.
Mm.
Sorry,
Okay.
what was the first one?
Enchantment.
Enchantment
Enchantment.
and then
Oh, and give yourself that
conjuration.
spell slot back, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
This is ritual.
All right, so we want to go with magic item. Nysa, make sure it's magic. Whatever it is we pick. Is that agreeable?
Yes. And once he opens it and I can see which items they are, I can maybe see if I can differentiate which might be which, possibly.
All right. Let's go grab them.
Alrighty.
I'll go get the guys so you guys can be in place.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
you got it.
Jarrell, as you approach, he is just sort of leaning against a tent post, drinking a flagon of wine, sloppily.
We want to look at the stuff again.
Oh, yes, I thought that you might have left without your reward. How silly. Yes, right down this way. Here we go. Don't mind the horses.
We were
And
just standing right there.
he goes through and he gives you another look.
Okay,
Nice.
now,
You
yeah.
step in front of it, and you can see that the two items that are projecting that aura are the wooden throne, which is rather large, and the rug.
Unicorn rug?
Okay.
Indeed.
Can I, which would you want me to roll to see if I can differentiate which one is the enchantment and which one is the conjuration?
Uh, excuse me. The throne is the one of enchantment,
Okay.
and the rug is the one of conjuration.
Um, I'm not sure which one we should pick, but is there anything that you can tell us about these two items? The rug and the throne. Can you tell me what they do?
I wish that I could tell you, but I am afraid that I do not know myself. I simply know expense when I see some, and so we decided to take them with us, see what sort of trades that we can make, what sort of wine, what sort of money that we can get for it. But I do say for sure that it is valuable.
How big is the throne?
It is medium person sitting size. It's essentially like a just a sitting chair, normal sized chair, but it's just extra fancy.
I
I think maybe,
think the rug would be a lot easier to transport.
yeah,
Yeah, I was just gonna
that's what
say
I was
that, but I
thinking.
didn't want to.
It's
I know
cool.
I'd already said I like the unicorn stuff.
As
You don't
cool
want to.
as
You don't want to carry the
doesn't
throne
care.
as a palanquin.
see, like, if we had everybody, if Sturg was here, then 4 people, we do the pole thing and we carry somebody, and that would be awesome. But I think the rug would be the more practical way to go.
You want
Alright,
the rug,
well-
then the rug will be yours. Just say the word, and it belongs to you.
Yeah, we'll take the rug.
Ah, well, it is yours. Here, yes.
Is it
And
like a
he-
huge rug? Or something
It's a 10-foot square rug, so it's a pretty big rug.
I can carry the rug, okay? It's got a cool unicorn on it, you guys.
Yeah, I was just double checking. See if we could just one arm that bitch.
I mean, I could carry it, and then Jarrell could sort of drop the very end of it on his shoulder and make it look like he's carrying it too.
Or
All right, well, thank
Jeeves,
you.
he locks it
Jeeves,
back
what you
up.
got for strength?
Oh, what I got for strength? Give me.
Yeah.
Sorry, like I gotta move a bunch of shit around.
Surely
fucking
can't
bad.
be worse than Jarrell.
8, -1.
Oh boy,
just as bad.
died.
I mean, technically,
Nysa,
I'm a 9, but
right,
got-
but same modifier.
yep.
Yeah, I got weak baby arms.
Nysa, what do you
Made
look
for
at?
strumming, not fighting.
Yeah,
I have a +1 for strength.
fingers are for
Okay,
picking, not
yeah,
kicking.
you got a 12. All right, Nysa and I will carry the rug. I mean, mostly me.
I got you.
You said it was 10 feet long.
I got you. I got
Yes.
the end of it.
Oh man.
You guys got
Before
this.
you go, stay a little while, have a drink, speak to our friend Casimir, to the south there, at the very bottom of the hill. Have some fun, enjoy yourself. I must return to my duties, of course, but please, my home is your home.
That's too much fun. My friend's in prison.
Yeah, and we have to make sure that we don't miss the festival. We got to keep that in mind. What time is it currently?
It is about it's about 3:30.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the festival is tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's right. We still have one more whole day. Okay.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
You guys are doing a Sturg in prison solo mission, right?
That is correct. It is upcoming, and that will take place over the course of the rest of this evening and half of tomorrow. Like
Okay.
in character. So no prison breaks for Sturg at the moment.
Okay.
Right. I get you. Perfect. Well, then I don't feel so bad. Also, is it really the worst thing that could happen to him?
I mean, yeah, I think he needs a little bit of a timeout, not gonna lie.
This guy sounds interesting.
Oh yeah,
He's a character.
Sturg's our friend. Sturg's our friend, but he is also a crazy murderer. So
Yeah,
technically, prison
he curb stomped a
is-
priest.
Oh yeah.
Priest.
Yeah, a priest. Because he kept healing his vampire son, and it's really pissed Sturg off. So he kicked him in the head and killed him.
He was a nice little old guy. He wasn't like a dickhead priest.
Oh, I mean, feels like had it coming.
Oh, what a dreadful thing to say, Jeebus.
Someone disagree. Where's this dude that he was talking about at like the bottom of the hill? Where are we going?
This way.
I don't
this
know,
way.
I'm following Jarrell.
Okay, I'm coming.
He seems to know
I was
what's
just
going on
making sure
usually.
that we were going in the correct direction.
Yeah, he said
You
the south
guys
one.
descend the very steep hill towards the southernmost hovel. You approach and you begin to round the corner, and you can see that standing quietly in front of this house are 3 sullen, gray-cloaked figures. Their eyes linger on you a bit warily, but they don't move to block your path, and one of them, near the door, speaks up to, as you stop in front of him. If you're here for trouble, leave. If you're here for words, go inside. Casimir will decide if you are worth his time.
Okie dokie.
All right. Ooh.
Cramped in here.
Yes, it is unfortunately not large, but inside the air is nice and warm, and it has a faint, piney smell. It's not altogether unpleasant. The vestibule itself is small, but all adorned with care. There are wooden statuettes of elven deities, Jarell, occupying the neat little cubby holes along the walls. And as you step through, there's a modest but comfortable space within. Well-tended fireplace crackles softly, and the furnishings are sparse with carved elven motifs all worked into their designs.
Well, we'll be examining all the elven work.
Oh, God damn it.
Did we lose? Is that the
Me.
music?
There's a stream.
Okay.
It's been crashing. As you guys enter, a dark-skinned and dark-haired elf looks up.
Welcome. And what, pray tell, can Casimir do for you fine folk?
Sort of stuff do you do, Casimir?
Nothing. I sit here and I sleep and I wake and I sleep.
Can you give us magic advice?
Magic advice.
Yeah, you know, like that gypsy, the sorceress lady, with the card readings.
You must speak of Madame Eva.
Yes.
She's a slippery one, but she is with the Vistani. I do not have much experience with her. She is not where I have been focusing my attentions.
Where have you been focusing your attentions, Casimir?
He looks past you towards the curtains and the door that you came past. His eyes sort of narrow. Tell me first, what is it that you are doing here? You are clearly not of this land. You are not Borovians, and you are not Vistani. What brings you adventurers to this gruesome and dreary land?
We are investigating Strahd.
I mean,
For
at first we
now.
were investigating these missing children with the werewolves, and if
Yes.
that ever comes up, you know, we will definitely follow that lead. But yes, we have suffered at the hands of Strahd. He killed my adopted child, and actually three of them, and also our dear companion. Sturk chopped her goddamn head off, but it was because Strahd was It was because Strahd was mind controlling her.
Yes.
Well,
Let me tell you about Strahd.
Yeah,
He
you
has
do that.
taken away what was most enduring to me.
Yeah.
My people and my sister. He has brought a darkness upon the land, changing its air and those who breathe it. Only his destruction will free us all from his grasp.
He is a devil.
So we've seen.
This guy sounds terrifying.
He's definitely
He is. He's a
not
very
cozy.
scary dude. Yeah. And he's very what's the word that I'm looking for? Very full of himself. Uh, thinks very, very highly of himself. And it's very off-putting.
I think everyone else is full of them too. They won't stop blazing the guy.
Yeah, so how do you suggest we go about defeating this Strahd? Because he can just vanish in and out of nowhere whenever he wants, it seems.
Yes, well, focusing on vanquishing the devil is not my priority, I must say. That is beyond my capabilities, and instead,
I seek to return my long dead sister Petrinia to life, even at the cost of my own life.
I can spare no thought beyond my sister.
What happened to her?
Strahd,
It is a horrible tale.
It was all my fault. Petrinia's death is on my hands, but also that wretch Strahd. He made her his concubine, but we put a stop to that. I commanded that she be stoned to death. That she could be rid of his control. It's... Let me just say that Strahd's wrath was brutal.
I'm so
You
sorry
told them
that
to
happened.
stone your own sister to death? Fuck's the matter with you?
Yes?
It was the only way to save her.
Stupid.
I don't
That's
see
a
the
stupid
logic.
thing to say. Yeah, it's a
Just
stupid thing to
save
say,
her
and you're a
from.
stupid person for saying it.
Oh,
You cannot fight against Strahd. There is no hope of being freed from him except for in death. But if it is any consolation to any of you,
Soon afterwards, he and his army slaughtered all our females and left only a broken few of us alive for his pleasure. He torments me by sparing my life, but I will have my vengeance as she has shown me.
But that doesn't make us feel any better.
You gonna like
uh,
take a nap on him or something? You said you just sleep.
Yeah. What's your plan, bud? Big
yeah.
talk,
How
well,
huh?
how are you gonna bring her back?
That's what I was wondering.
she.
My sister, Petrina, she comes to me regularly in my dreams. I know it sounds strange to you outsiders, but we are brethren, family. She has many times shown me the Amber Temple and spoken to me about ways to destroy Strahd.
An Amber Temple. Didn't the card reader mention a temple of some sort?
Uh, yes.
Do you
Yes.
have that
He's
note, or do you need me to history check you?
I
We have it.
scrolled up in Discord session info.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was about to do. Yep.
It is the. Ooh, actually, I don't know if Jarrell would know that or not. Um, The spell Dream or Dreamwalk or something like that is a warlock spell. I want to say 3rd level. Would Drell know about that? Or no?
I don't. Maybe I'll give you a history check first of all.
Okay.
And depending on that, you would either have preliminary knowledge or some good basic knowledge of it. But I don't believe you have it prepared at this moment.
No.
You would need a long rest or a short rest. I can't remember which one it is for a warlock.
I have to level to change my spells out.
Okay, then you know of the spell, but it is not currently within your capabilities.
Okay. I do know of magic that enables individuals to speak to each other within their dreams. When she comes to your dreams, is she in? Does she show you anything?
Yes, she shows me this temple, and she tells me about ways to destroy the Devil Strahd.
What'd she say? Like how?
It seems to be just beyond her current form, as it only adds to my guilt and my horribleness, but she is not free from his influence even in death.
Has
It is
she
not
hinted?
something that she can tell me yet, but she wishes for me to go to this place. She does tell me one thing.
What is
It
that?
is a dark place filled with evil magic. And it is here that Strahd forged his pact to become what he is. A pact that must be broken. Once done, Strahd will become weak and easy to vanquish. His hold over the realm will be released, and his spell broken. And Petrinia,
Petrinia.
Has she hinted at where this temple may be?
Well, I know the land just a little, but I do not recognize the place that she shows to me. I have not seen it on the road, but I also am not especially traveled. I know the area enough, but not every inch of it, I am afraid.
Hmm. And the rest of the Dusk Elves in this area, they are also broken, as you said?
None so broken as me, but yes, I suppose we all did lose our females together.
Um, Looking around his decorations around the room, is there anything that strikes me having an elven background? Anything that stands out?
Aside from the general vibe, he's clearly, very connected to his heritage, but there doesn't seem to be much there.
Okay.
And while he is an elf, and ultimately all other elves are just subset of the one big elf. Um, you have never heard of Dusk Elves.
Okay. I was thinking that was a Danny thing and not a Jarrell thing.
No,
You don't know.
that's
You
an
don't know these guys.
that's an all. That is everybody. You've never heard of them before, and everything. It's like you know how there's Spanish and then there's just multiple different regional dialects of Spanish, but
Right.
they're not always easily understood by each other, and that's sort of what this gives off to you. It's like Elven-esque, but you can't quite understand any of it.
Okay. Once upon a time, I had comprehend languages. Actually, I still do have it. Or-
You all seem capable enough. Does this sort of adventure seem exciting to all of you?
I
Like
would
you
say,
might lend your swords?
I would say so. Glances
Uh,
around the room at the others.
Sounds necessary. It's gonna make him weaker.
Yeah.
Interests align.
So, you will go to the Amber Temple?
I mean, yeah,
You
Yeah.
will seek it
Sounds like
out?
a hot ticket. Yeah,
never
Well,
been to a
even or
temple. Sounds cool.
in that case,
Could I accompany you to the Amber Temple?
Mm,
I mean, when we go there, but not going there right now, Elms.
We don't even know where it is at the moment.
well, keep an eye out, and I will do the same. And should you learn of its location, or the other way round, we can agree to do it together.
All right.
Yes?
Seems
Sounds
agreeable.
good.
fair.
Thank you. That is much appreciated.
I do not know what else I can offer to you, but uh, do not leave, Volaki, before checking in once more. Perhaps I will have learned more. Many of my brethren are out scouting these woods, and I have spoken to them of this plan of mine as well, so perhaps I will learn something soon.
Before we leave, I thought it was just decorations you described when you walk in. Is there writing, like Elven writing that I kind of sort of understand?
Not anything specific. He does have maybe a book or two.
Okay.
That is very you get the gist, but it's difficult to get through.
Okay. Well then, I believe we are needed back in Barovia soon. Still have a few things to tidy up there. And we will drop back by before setting out if we do not hear from you before then.
Very good. If I must send a message to you in Valaki, where might I send a messenger?
To the orphanage? Would that be the best place?
Mm, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to involve them. I guess Lady Walker would be too suspicious, huh?
Um, I mean, I'm up for either of those options because those are the two places we'll be.
We can use Lady Walkers.
It wouldn't cause us any trouble with the conspiracy. Yeah, we better say the orphanage. Hopefully these gypsies won't try to steal our children.
Hey, that's a racist term, you know.
Very
No,
well. I will send the information to this Lady Walker. I'm surprised that you would associate with such a woman. From what I have heard of her, she is not such good news.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah.
I will not say much, nor can I, for I do not claim to know much, but all I will say is she and this study share a similar master.
Hmm.
Oh, you guys are right. She is cozied up with Strahd.
Well, yeah, she was saying about how he wasn't that bad of a guy and
No, you're
that
right.
we
And
didn't have to
I
worry
was
about him.
well, right. I was trying to defend it, like, oh, maybe she's not necessarily aligned with him. She's like,
Just
um,
doesn't think he's a
just
bad guy.
right. She accepts he's inevitable or whatever. But no, this sounds like she's actively plotting.
Do not take
I
only
had
my word for it. I do not know the woman personally, but this is just what I have heard.
All right, well, thank you so much for the information, and we will be in touch.
Very well.
All right.
Be careful out there. It's not what it used to be.
Perhaps we need to search Lady Walker's house for any of that
Yeah, that
electrum.
that was the plan
Good
for
idea.
tonight. When she went to bed, we were gonna ransack her office and hopefully get the key to unlock her daughter.
great plan.
Casimir sort of goes back to minding his own business, rocking in his little chair.
Just rocking away. All right, you guys. So back to Lady Walker's, and hopefully by the time we get there, it'll be like time for her to go to bed.
Jeebus, I don't believe Jeebus planned for all this. And he didn't really bring all of his belongings alongside of him. So if you're going to retire, might be good to stop by the inn, check out, get all your stuff.
Oh yeah, that is
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Jeeves,
that
remember
sounds
that time you got that guy's hat with the dance off? That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I was a bit. Love that hat.
Brandon
wearing it
has
right now.
possession.
I'm wearing. Yeah, I put the hat on as soon as I won it from the man.
Standing.
I wonder if he's still there.
You give like the little feather a little boing.
We can
Oh, yeah.
also give the barkeep an update on their long lost bar friend, who is no longer
yeah.
going to be attending because he's now imprisoned.
If that old man has a new hat, I'm gonna get it.
We rescued him to imprison him. I think that's hilarious.
Leave
Just
that
on principle.
poor old man alone. If he got a new hat, you would really take that away from him. I don't think he would take
It
your
depends
challenge.
on the hat.
Fair enough. I hope for his sake and his poor head that he has an ugly hat replacing it, so you don't feel like
Here's
it's a
hoping.
challenge.
All right.
All right, back to the inn.
Yes.
Oh, there's a little art at the bottom. Is that what it looks like from the side?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty sick.
Yes. All right, so you guys make your way, back to Valoke. You go from just outside of town at the camp down here, and you have woven your way back into town. It took you about 20 minutes of a walk to get there. And then you are approaching the Blue Water Inn. It is alive and filled with life still this afternoon.
Oh, it's packed.
Um, Not as packed as it probably normally would be. There was recently a massacre. Um, but there is definitely
Oh,
life, and the wine is it is a flowing. Welcome back in. I was beginning to think that you were leaving all of your items with us, Redman.
Yeah, I forgot. Mostly.
We've been a little bit busy.
Well, not to worry.
Something about a homeless
Yes?
man and a.
Yeah, we solved your town drunk mystery. He was out at the lake and
Oh.
he kidnapped a little girl to sacrifice to an ancient fish he was talking about. But he was mumbling all sorts of stuff. Just very incoherent.
My.
I feel like I
So
heard something about a fish and booze.
yeah,
Something like
and
that.
so now he is imprisoned with the little girl's father that we rescued to pay
Oh,
for his crimes of trying to kill his daughter.
that fool is always getting into some kind of trouble. Well, it's no happy ending for him, but at least I sent you out there. Could have gone rather poorly otherwise.
Yeah, thank God. We almost lost the child, but thankfully she's alive and well.
Wasn't even
You
worried.
must forgive me. You must forgive me. The wine is, well, we are running quite low. We are limiting it to 1 cup per evening per customer. I hope you will forgive us. We've we've yet to get our next shipment in. It's long overdue now. So we must enforce some rationing as we are not sure when we will get our next supply.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
that
okay.
one
None
want
for me,
my cup.
thanks.
But yeah, you can have me and Nice's cups. No one want to get loaded? Jeeps?
I don't know. I don't know.
Rill just waves it waves it off if she
Because
offers any.
we can always have some at Lady Walker's later.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
As
Just be like,
as
yeah,
you say the name, the
shit.
old man who is now hatless, sort of gives you a side eye, but does not say anything.
Hey, good to see you again.
Oh yes, taking good care of my hat, I see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Very
love
good.
this thing.
Well,
He's good
You
in
wouldn't
Strahd. No.
yes, well, so
you
do
didn't get a new
I.
hat yet?
I haven't even left this counter, son.
Oh. Oh well.
But
Do you
there are not many fine hat makers in Barovia, so I'm certain it'll be quite some time before I get something the likes of that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, Nisa.
I was just gonna say, do you by chance know Lady Walker?
His who promptly turns around to mind her business. And swivels so that he's facing most of you properly. Allow me to just simply offer you some advice. As a fellow visitor to these strange lands, do not trust Lady Wachter. She is far more dangerous than she seems, and whatever games she's playing, they end badly for anyone caught in them. He stands up from his stool and sort of like straightens his jacket, picks up his cane. If you're willing, I might be willing to continue this conversation somewhere more private. Perhaps upstairs, in my rooms.
Coming on to us.
I glance to the rest of the party.
I don't think I'd know what to do with the entire lot of you, but perhaps another day, son.
All right.
I didn't hear
We'll
a
hear
no.
you out.
Insinuating lots of things. Are we in agreement? Are we going to hear the man out?
Might as
I'll
well.
do
May as
it,
well.
but the pants are staying on.
I would
That's
very
fair.
much hope so. Please.
Oh, how disappointing for an old man.
Oh,
And he leads you up. And goddamn it, Craig.
What happened? Where am I?
You keep moving your token.
You're
My bad.
upstairs now. You're good. You're good.
I'm still figuring this out.
You're fine. You're fine. You are led up the steps, and the man pulls out a padlock and unlocks one of the doors at the end of the hall, and leads you in. Just squeeze in here. Just standing room only, I'm afraid. Come in now. Close the door behind you.
I'll do that.
And once everybody has entered and smooshed themselves up into against the walls, and Glacier jumps out the window. He killed himself. We already all knew it was going to happen.
We've been waiting
no, I
for
have a
it.
reason to live now. Oh, there we go.
As you enter, he closes the door softly behind you and says, "Well, I shall let my secret out now, I suppose. My whole carnival act is just that, a performance. Up front, I am not a ringmaster, but rather an observer, a spy, if you must. I came to Vallaki to keep an eye on things, on Strahd, on his influence in this cursed town, and on the people who might stand against him. I won't mince words, children. Vallaki is not safe. It is a powder keg, and all it'll take is one spark to blow it apart. If you value your lives, you should leave town as soon as you can. Keep your heads down while you're here, and trust no one. Not Wachter, not the Baron, not even the smiling faces in the streets."
So if you say that, how do you expect us to trust you? How do we know that you're not a spy telling
Yeah, who are
Strahd
you really, pal?
our every move?
I don't think I met a spy who told me he was a spy before.
That's what they want you to think.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, this place is a bit singular, as in there are no other places quite like it, and not only that, it is, how might I say, cut off from everything else. You cannot leave once you are here, and once you are here, you are under this devil's thumb. Now, it may seem a risk to attempt to bring in perfectly good strangers to my good graces and my confidences, but when you are outmatched by a devil such as Strahd, you must do what you can to find allies. And, well, forgive me, but you don't exactly fit in here. Tell me, if you will not trust me yet, perhaps you may tell me what brought you to this god's forsaken corner of the world. Surely it's not the scenery. Why are you even in Balaki in the first place? This is, well, it is a surprise to see more of our ilk so far into the land. One would think you would have fallen already.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. We went to sleep one night at a campfire, and then we woke up in this strange damn place with the mist, and we were looking for these children that were abducted by vampires, and just no, I'm sorry, werewolves,
Werewolves.
and then we just found ourselves here.
See, let's see.
Yeah, we were specifically coming here to talk to um the Burgomeister, right? About I'm blanking on
No,
her
the
name.
oh, there was the about Arena.
Yeah, yeah, about Arena for her to seek
W-
um
There was that, yeah, there was that letter, but the we didn't see the letter. Navarra had the letter, and she showed it to us. But as far as anything related to this, all we had were our intros. Um, you know, about the setup with the werewolf
yeah,
abducting children, and then we went to sleep, and then we woke up, and we were in Barovia, and then we immediately encountered Navarra, and Navarra had uh, the letter, which got us into the Barovia thing. That all
right,
sound
but
correct?
that was why we went to Valaki
Oh yeah, Valaki was, yeah, we went to Valaki because of
because of Irina.
escorting Arena.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah, with
letter
the
like a
bones.
forgery.
Yes, you did find that out when you showed it to Ismark, Irina's brother.
Right.
Yes.
Who hopefully has Lancelot.
Yes.
And so you escorted this girl, and now what? You
Then
are making a home for yourself here in Barovia, or what is your plan to do now?
we were attacked by Strahd, and now we're looking into a couple different things. Lady Wachter wants us to overturn the Burgomeister, and we didn't get the chance to talk to him, but apparently his son, um, Victor, cast or did some sort of magic to her daughter, and now her daughter is a cat.
I think she's a cat.
Oh,
He's evil. He's an evil wizard, man.
So we're trying to figure out currently how to reverse that, right at this moment. And we're here for the festival, and then after that, we are gonna hop out of this town.
yeah. Well, at least it does not sound like you plan to stay for long. I, well, I will wish you luck then, but please do heed my warning. Lady Wachter is certainly not to be trusted.
We were already suspicious of her, but we appreciate the information. We are currently investigating her, which is why we are staying at her house. It kind of gives us a win-win.
And
Well, very
Strahd
well.
is Strahd's on our Dark Vengeance list. We're gonna fuck him up.
Hmm.
Can you be helpful with that at all?
Well, I, it certainly does sound ambitious. And I would not be Dr. Rudolph van Richten, esteemed vampire hunter, if I did not lend you my aid, but I fear I am too old for such things now. I'm far more useful in the information side of things, but perhaps
So,
if we cross paths again, I would be happy to share whatever I have learned with you.
Do you have
out of
any?
character,
Okay, go ahead. You first.
sorry, out of character, this is the Van Richten.
This is the Rudolph Van Richten.
Oh wow. Oh my God, you got! I can't believe you. I can't believe you stole the Van Richten's hat. I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to acknowledge. Go on.
Um, do you have anything you can offer to aid us in defeating the vampire since you're a retired vampire hunter? Anything to assist us?
I cannot say that I have ever fought Strahd or fought Strahd and won, but, well, if he is a vampire like any other, you ought to keep a good amount of wooden stakes on your personage. And I've heard that there is an elder Vistani woman who seems to have magical knowledge and foresight of things. Perhaps she might lend some light to the situation that I myself cannot. My talents are of the mundane sort, I'm afraid.
We've spoken with her already.
Oh,
She
I see.
mentioned 4 quests for us to endeavor in order to assist us in this.
Is she? Well, she's a rare sort. If she's taken an interest in you, it means your path is likely significant. Interesting. And what is it that she said to you, might I ask?
A few things. We look to the west to find the water aglow with the light of the sun hidden behind the walls of men.
Hmm,
We
interesting.
look for a symbol of hope, the house of a dragon, to purify corrupted hearts.
Hmm,
We search for a weapon, a sword of sunlight, and a shrine of murdered gods.
interesting.
This one aligns with a palace of amber, which we've heard of recently. Have you seen
Hmm.
such a place?
I have heard of an amber temple. Uh, but I don't know exactly where it is, only that it is in the less civilized areas of Barovia, far off the beaten path. I believe somewhere to the south. But these things you mentioned, they are interesting. Uh, to the west, well, there are only a handful of areas further west than this. My immediate thought would be, well, the village of Kresk. There is an abbey there. They worship the Morning Lord, light of the sun, hidden behind the walls of man. The abbey built in the Morning Lord's reverence. I certainly see that making sense, yes.
I would say so.
And you said something about a dragon. What was that again, son?
Uh, a holy symbol of great hope, a house of a dragon, a heart once pure corrupted by hatred.
Oh, yes, yes. This is making sense to me as well. She must have been referring to the Order of the Silver Dragon. Yes, there's a ruined mansion, Argenvostholt. It is, again, quite a bit off of the typical path, but, well, it was a refuge of this order. They were They once opposed Strahd and, well, fell, as they all do. It's not far from here, actually.
Would you be able to mark it on a map, perchance?
Yes, you have a map of Barovia. Those are
I
rare indeed.
do not, but we have a few landmarks between here, the windmill, Wallachia. So at least having reference points, we could uh, have something that's better than nothing.
Oh, yes. Well, I have never been there myself, but I believe there is a footpath just past the bridge to the west of Valaki. You take a left at that footpath. It goes off into that, the uncivilized lands of Barovia, and it is not far from there, just off the river that comes out of Lake Zarvich. But I can't say that I have ever ventured there myself. It's certain to be dangerous as well.
I don't believe any place here would be considered safe.
Indeed, indeed. Did this Madam Eva say anything else that I might be able to shed some light on?
Hold on, I'm typing some notes up real quick.
Do, 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 do. Okay.
Um, Shrine of Murdered Gods, ring any bells?
Shrines of murdered gods. That one. The only gods of this land are the Morning Lord and Strahd himself. I am sorry. This does not seem to ring a bell.
What about the one where it was something about the only man he's ever MD'd?
Um, I don't. That wasn't from her, I don't believe. The last thing she said was a card that sheds light that will help you greatly in the battle of darkness. Look for a mighty predator, a hunter of hunters. He stalks his lands of hoping this mightiest, or in hopes of slaying the mightiest prey of all. Perhaps you and he share an adversary. And I believe
Um,
you might have found that man.
as you recant Madame Ava's prediction, he seems to blanch for a moment, his eyes going wide, and then he starts to laugh. She really truly said this. Oh, that's Ava. What a woman she is. Well, suppose if Madame Eva herself says that I must aid you, then I must aid you. I can come out of retirement one last time for one last vampire hunt. The hunt to end all hunt.
What a quote.
Um, It's the last paragraph. You shall find the devil in the tomb of the only man he has ever envied. For some reason, that was the part that stuck out for me.
Uh,
And what is this for?
where we'll find Strahd himself.
Hmm, the only man he has ever envied. That's an interesting one. It's difficult. Strahd envies none, but there was once a time before he was who he is now, and he had a family. Perhaps it refers to his father or his brother.
Hmm.
You know anything of
But
these two men?
nothing more than they existed, I'm afraid. There was some uh, a falling out between the devil and his brother, but I don't know the details. It's rather difficult to get anyone to talk about the devil, you see.
So we've
I'm sure
noticed.
you understand. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But those are all of my best thoughts.
His father or
I
his
don't.
brother.
Hmm.
Mark that one.
Got it,
I
That's a
Monday.
good answer.
I don't suppose you are leaving imminently, but do stop by to grab me before you go off to confront the devil.
Most assuredly.
Yeah. Seemed like a cool
And
guy.
oh, thank you, son. And if you wouldn't mind continuing to keep my cover of Rictavio, the carnival operator, I would much rather them not know who I am. You see, Strahd might get a little nervous if he catches wind that I've arrived.
I would imagine so.
Very good. Well, I am pleased that we have stumbled upon one another, and he hand- reaches his hand out to very enthusiastically shake each of your hands. Oh, it's been
Um,
a very, very good to meet each of you, and I'm looking forward to this partnership greatly.
so after he's shaking our hands, I want to look over to Jeeves and be like, you wouldn't consider giving him his hat back. He's a famous vampire hunter, would you?
Uh,
You
I
can
guess
definitely
so.
tell me to go fuck myself, but
I mean,
Oyster would ask.
might as well. You can have it. I hand him his hat back, and
Oh,
you can have this
well,
back.
that's awfully kind of you, and I will admit I'm quite attached to it, but I do think you won the thing fair and square, though I appreciate you looking out for me, son. Keep it as a token of your time with the esteemed Rudolph Van
I tell you what,
Richten.
when we go fight him, when we go see him, I'll give you back the hat.
Ah, yes, for luck.
Yes.
It's a
Badass.
deal, son. Now,
Perfect.
casual, adjust your hair. Don't want anyone to think of anything strange. And he heads back out.
What room was I staying in? I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
One of them.
Somebody.
You guys see Jeebus slip into one of the rooms and then return with a couple of bags slung over each shoulder. Instruments galore.
Got it. Ready. How come this guy got the tiniest room in the whole place?
Well, it's
It's
the only
laying
private
low.
room, also.
Uh, that explains it.
All right, you all file out of Mr. Richton's room, and you are back in the inn and making your way to. Why do you keep jumping out the windows? Lady Walker's,
I don't know where we are.
which is where we will pick up our next session with lots of
Okey dokey.
substance at Walker's house.
Oh my god, you guys, we met the fucking D. Van Richten, man. He's got a
I
Did I
had
great
bury the
that.
name.
lead enough? I was trying to make it completely unobvious who he was.
You got
I'm
me.
not I'm
I
not familiar
was.
with the name.
Oh man, he's a big Ravenloft character.
I mean, if you are big into studying monsters and character, I think it's very likely you would recognize his name. He is the vampire hunter, but he doesn't discriminate against monsters,
Yeah, this is true. He's obviously like the meant to be Strahd's Van Helsing, and
Exactly. Yes.
but he goes all the way back to like 18D second edition when Ravenloft first became its own campaign setting.
Yes, indeed.
So it's pretty cool meeting a big time named character. I'm excited about it. I'll be honest with you, I did maybe think about it just based on how interesting this guy's face was. But
He's got cool glasses.
yeah, no, I was wishful thinking
And he
at
had a
most.
cool
So
hat.
he did have a
That's
cool
not
hat, and I can't believe
nice.
you fucking. Well, I had no idea, like out of character, I had no idea that he would pose as a bard named Rictavio, and otherwise would have been like, oh my god, Jeeves, I can't believe you're challenging to a dance off. But I had no idea. Now we can look
It's a
back on
random
it and
old
be like,
man, and
oh
it
my
was fine then.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, now we can. Well, it's still fine. It's still awesome. It's actually way more awesome now. But now we can look back and be like, "Oh my God, James, you fucking danced off to the Van Richten."
Yeah.
You jerked off the Van Richten. Sick, dude.
Hell yeah.
That when did this happen? I wasn't in the room with us just now.
I'm very quick.
It happened during the dance off. That's how he won.
I'm very fast.
Threw him off his game. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
All right.
All right.
Well, we will not be having chill next Saturday either.